Casey, what would you say, if you could say, they might be watching you right now, we don't know who's watching us right now, but let's say the president, the Speaker of the House, the Senate Majority Leader, they're watching right now, and in their hands is the ability to either make a deal and keep the check coming, or let this collapse, have the government shut down, go into a political argument. Talk to the leaders of Washington right now, Casey.
I guess really what I would say is these little things that they're fighting over, that's something that should have been worked out in October. Taking away military pay and hurting military families, it's detrimental. I mean, you've got men and women over there risking their lives for this country. And for what? I would say, keep the military going. That is the backbone of our nation. We've got to eat. We've got to pay our bills. We've got children to support. We've got to be strong for our military men and women in the field. It makes me so angry.
Have you had a chance to talk at all about this with your son?
My son knows a little bit about what's going on. He knows it's really tight around the house. You know, he's asking for shoes, and I have to tell him to wait, and he's been pretty understanding about it. I mean, he's a typical 15-year-old. So, but you know, there's other family members out there. You know, I was looking around the neighborhood today. You know, the neighborhood we live off base, and you know, I'm looking around and I'm seeing my neighbors. Everybody's just kind of sitting out in the driveways in their lawn chairs, just kind of in disbelief. You know, just I went around and talked to a couple of neighbors, and everybody's scared to death. Nobody knows what we're going to do.
Casey, you thank all those people at Camp Lejeune on behalf of all of us for the sacrifices, for the public service. We really appreciate what we're doing, what you're doing, and we certainly hope that those paychecks keep on coming, because God knows your husband, your family, all the military personnel and their loved ones, they deserve these checks. The politicians, they can argue on another occasion, not at the expense of the fighting men and women of the United States military and their families. We appreciate it very much. Thanks, Casey Long. Good luck.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Veterans at both ends of the political spectrum are angry, very angry about this budget battle, how it's playing out. I'll speak with two of them. That's coming up next, the special breaking news edition. Piers Morgan Tonight continues right after this.
By constantly reimagining and reinventing technology, they help people connect in ways never before possible. And by choosing the New York Stock Exchange to accelerate their business.
We got ADT because I walked in on a burglary once. The physical damage was pretty bad. The emotional toll was even worse. Our daughter had nightmares. What that robber really took from us was our peace of mind. With ADT, we got it back.
Every 14.3 seconds, a burglary takes place in the United States. Help protect your family with fast alarm responsive ADT. A single ADT system can help protect you from burglary, fire, and high levels of carbon monoxide. When an alarm is received, ADT can call the local authorities for help. And you get this monitor protection, plus great local service, all for about $1 a day. And only ADT offers a theft protection guarantee.
Take it from me. The time to think about a security system isn't after something bad happens. It's before.
Call now and get ADT's Essentials Plus security system installed for $99, including a keychain remote. ADT, always there.
Piers Morgan versus Jesse Ventura.
You're worried about me if I'm true?
No.
I'm not coward, because I'm not a...
You're calling me a coward. See you tomorrow night, 9 Eastern. Your CEO tells you there's going to be a major expansion to your network of banks. As usual, she's counting on you, her IT guru, to pull it off. Your first call goes to Cindy, your Time Warner Cable business class representative, who quickly works with you to deliver an internet solution that connects your entire network of branches. And that keeps your CEO counting on you. Time Warner Cable is the quiet force behind the ingenious problem solver that is you. Time Warner Cable Business Class. You first, the technology follows.
The people in service at Titan Automotive are wonderful. Mike and the staff have always been friendly and helpful when it comes to the service my car needs. I've been a customer for over 10 years, and I can't imagine the neighborhood without Titan Automotive.
Here at Titan Automotive, we feel very blessed to serve our community for over 35 years and look forward to serving you and your automotive needs.
The people at Titan Automotive are straightforward and honest, and I would recommend Titan Automotive to anyone.
Booker in Mexico. What happened at Falcon Lake? CNN Sunday night, 8 Eastern.
Critical moments right now, just a little bit more than 2 hours until the deadline when the government would shut down if, and it's a huge if there's no deal worked out by the President, the Speaker of the House, and the Senate Majority Leader. Right now, within a matter of moments, the Speaker, John Boehner, has invited all the Republican members of the House to come in to a meeting. He's going to review where the situation stands. Then, presumably, he'll go back to the Senate Majority Leader, Harry Reid, and the President of the United States, and they'll see if there's a deal or no deal. We assume at some point the President of the United States will be speaking to the American people. You'll see it, you'll hear it live here on CNN. We also assume we'll be hearing from John Boehner and Harry Reid as well. Lots at stake, especially for American troops. Our American troops being used as pawns in a political game. Who's to blame in all of this? Joining us now is Ashwin Medina, an Iraq War veteran, interim co-chairman of VoteVets.org, and former Army Staff Sergeant David Bellavia. He's also an Iraq veteran. Ashwin, first of all, too, your group has been very vocal about this potential shutdown. You blame Republican lawmakers, but I got to tell you, there's plenty of blame for everyone if in fact there's a government shutdown.
Well, you're right about that. It's both sides' responsibility to get this done. I think that what we were pointing to was the fact that a non-controversial issue, one which Republicans and Democrats both agree on, which is the funding of troops, was tied to pretty controversial issues such as abortion, and that's kind of holding things up. I mean, it would seem to me that we ought to take care of the things that we all agree on first, which is funding the troops, and then later on, if people want to argue about abortion, they can have at it.
Which is a fair point. David, what do you think about